Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
Yes, I can see.
Good. Mm. How do you do?
I'm good. And you?
Great, actually. I have nothing with my mental health, so everything is okay right now. So,
Yeah.
what did you do yesterday?
Today, I just do homework and play game.
Uh, you play online games or physical games?
Online game.
Good. Good. Sometimes you have to let your head out by playing some online games or reading some books, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you prefer reading, paper books or ebook?
Yeah. Uh, I read. I read comic books.
Comic books. I mean, that's paper books or ebook. Nowadays, people mostly ebook, use ebook because in an ebook, it contains a thousand of books, so you can read it without buying more and more books and without carrying a lot of books in your school bag. Right? So, which do you prefer?
Mm.
Have prefer book
Mm.
and ebook. You know ebook?
I think I like paper book. I prefer paper books.
Yes. Why? Why do you choose reading paper book?
Mm, I think um if um when I was older, I think I have a book to read and there and when I older, I don't remember the
The name.
name, the website of the ebook.
Okay. So if you buy an ebook, right, you need you buy an ebook, you need to remember the book's title, and you have to remember the website, to download that ebook. And if you buy a paper book, a real book, you can preserve it in your corner, in your own corner, or and you can save it for many years later. And which and this feature is not popular in an ebook because an ebook has a limit time to use it, right? Okay. So for me, I think that I would prefer reading an ebook because uh, you know that uh, I'm uh, I'm like a media person. I don't want to carry a lot of books in my bag, and when I go somewhere, I just need small ebook, which helps me feel better, relaxed, and especially since an ebook is handy that I can hold, I can carry everywhere I want. Right? So I
Yeah.
have an intention to buy an ebook, and this month I hope that I will have a great experience with an ebook. Okay, so in today's lesson, we're continue to learn grammar. Grammar. Okay. you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Yes. So grammar today is about past continuous, past simple, and past continuous, right? But first, let's look at past continuous. When do you use past continuous? When do you use past continuous?
When I tell something in the past,
Okay, tell something in the past, right? But
yeah.
how it is different from past simple? Okay, so first of all, you have to remember that a past continuous is used to set the scene. It's used to set the scene. For example, when you tell someone a story, right? Someone a story in the past, your story in the past, you can tell it was snowy. Two men were walking towards a house. So this is a scene, right? When you tell someone the scene of something in the past, you must use the past continuous. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. This one, next one, we use the past continuous to talk about the action that was in progress at a particular time. For example, I have a particular word, a particular time that is at midnight. It's midnight, right? I was doing my homework. And I have another example for you that at 7 o'clock, I was cleaning the house. Right? So you and the second point here, I hope you remember how to use past continuous. We use past continuous to talk about an event, talk about an action that was in progress at a particular time. You tell someone something in the past, right? Oh, where are you? Okay, where are you right now? You are writing, right? Oh, you are writing. Okay. You see your face. I think that you are away somewhere. Okay. If you see a particular time, let's use the past continuous. Okay. So Bảo Ngọc, can you make a sentence using a second usage of past continuous? Here.
Um,
Use a particular time, for example, midnight, at 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or at 7 sharp, sharp. At midday, at midday. Day. Okay. Something like that. Let's make a sentence using past continuous.
at, at midnight, she was she having having a nightmare.
Ah, okay. At midnight, she was having uh she was having a supper or a meal, a night meal, right? Okay. Well done. This is the correct example of past continuous, the second usage. Next, we have the third usage of past continuous. which is when we use the past continuous, two or more action. We do not need to repeat the subject, I, we, etc., or with, were, if the subject is saying, for example, we were sitting on the sofa and eating pizza. We don't need to use we were eating pizza. Just use we were here sitting on the sofa eating pizza. So we understand this point of graph. All right. Now, okay. We have two actions here. Two actions, which are sitting on the sofa and sitting on the sofa.
Pizza
Eating pizza.
and eating pizza.
Well done, well done. So sitting on the sofa and eating pizza are two actions, and we just use we. This is one subject, one and one verb. This is to be, right? Subject and a to be. So you have 3 minutes to write down all the necessary information in your notebook. It's okay. 3 minutes for you. So don't rush. Don't rush to write all the information. Right? You have available time to write. When you finish, let's tell me. Tell me.
Yes.
You
I finish.
Okay, good. Now, let's move on to the forms of past continuous with this word plus the ing form of the verb. Now, here we have I, she, he, it. We use it with, and then verb ing. You were, you, we, they were verb ing, right? So these subjects here using affirmative sentence. Affirmative sentence. So how about negative sentences? Also, we also use I, she, he, it plus was, but we use not after was, and we can use the brief form of was not, is wasn't, verb ing. You, we, they weren't, plus verb ing. And about personal questions, we put was, were, the beginning of the sentence, then subject, all right? And then verb ing. So, and to answer, as you yes, a subject was or wasn't, or yes, subject were, or no, subject weren't. So you have 5 minutes to write down all the necessary information in the notebook.
Mm.
And after that, you will have the practical exercises.
I finish.
Now, let's move on to task 1. This is practical exercise for you after learning the usage. Knowing the usage and forms of past continuous, right? And now, let's use the past continuous form reverse below here. We have 6 sentences equivalent to 6 minutes for you to complete this task. Is that okay? Is it okay?
Yeah.
So pay attention right here. The most important thing to do is to read the title, the requirement carefully. Use the past continuous form, right? We only use the past continuous for all the questions below. So 6 minutes for you.
Yes. I see.
Okay. Nah, okay. So have to look at the signal of some signals of the past continuous. The first signal we're gonna have here is at 8 o'clock today. At 8 o'clock at a specific time. So we use past continuous. John was testing. Okay? Correct answer. Why weren't you laughing? You weren't paying attention while I was speaking. Dave was walking down the street, eating sandwich, eating a sandwich. No, we don't use was here. So your answer is correct. So don't pay attention to was here. Was here is not correct. Emma was watching TV and Lisa reading. At midnight, Wendy was still doing homework. Great. Okay. So let's move on to task 2. Complete the text with the past continuous or the verse mode. So task 2 is more challenge for you, that you have to understand how to make sense sentence and use the most appropriate word for each gap year. And after that, you have to use it in form of past continuous. Right. Okay. So after that, I will check your after finishing your task, I will check your answers, and then let's read out loud the whole passage. So, okay. Now you have 6 minutes to complete. 6 minutes for you to understand the most appropriate word in each.
Yes. And finish.
Now, task 2 for you. It was a beautiful morning. Sun shine. Birds were singing. We were ready to have to play. The moment Tom were making I was talking. Okay. Congratulations. Now, let's read out loud the passage with, uh, an emotional vibe. The, no, it's right on our top.
Yes, it was a beautiful morning. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. We were getting ready to go to the beach. Dad was putting our bags in the car, and Mom and Tom were making some making sandwiches in the kitchen. I was talking to my friend on the phone.
Okay, good. To make it more efficient, you you have to raise your voice at the beginning of a sentence and reduce your voice and lower your voice at the end of the sentence. For example, it was a beautiful morning. It was a beautiful morning. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. We were getting ready to go to the beach. Dad was putting our bag in the car, and Mom and Tom were making sandwiches in the kitchen. I was talking to my friend on the phone, right? And pay attention was shining. You have to impress. At was shining. The main verb of the sentence, right? And then in the end of the sentence, let's lower your voice a bit, right? I was talking to my friend on the phone. I was talking to my friend on the phone. Okay, Bảo Ngọc, let's read aloud the sentence.
It was a beautiful morning. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. We were getting ready to go to the beach. Dad was putting our bags in the car, and Mom and Tom were making sandwiches in the kitchen. I was talking to my friend on the phone.
Okay, good. But the last sentence, you have to say that I was talking to my friend on the phone. I was talking to my friend on the phone. On the phone, have to lower voice a bit. Okay, great. So this is task 3. Let's complete the paragraph below with the past continuous form of the verbs in bracket. Do not repeat the subject over or words where they are not necessary. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, use the past continuous form, okay, of the verb. So you have 8 minutes to complete this task. So here we have the variable word in each bracket. In each bracket here, let's use in the past continuous, and you have to base on the context. Use negative sentence, positive sentence, and interrogative sentence. 8 minutes for you. Okay.
Finish.
Now, number one, the sun was shining. Okay. Temperature was rising. Cafe owners were the dog losing money, but it wasn't sleeping. Two teenage girls were sitting on the bench, sharing headphones. Were they listening to? Great, very good. Now let's try to read out loud the passage. I will I will explain for you some words, some new words in the passage. Is there any word you don't understand its meaning? Is there any word that you don't make sense?
Pavement.
Pavement. Pavement tức là cái vỉa hè. Vỉa hè. This is, the other side. A particular side of the road have pavement. On the bench. Bench là cái ghế ngồi. Cái dạng cái ghế dài dài ngồi gọi là cái bench. Cafe owners tức là chủ cửa hàng cafe owners. Now let's read out loud the whole passage here in an emotional vibe, right?
Yes. I left the hotel early the next morning already. The sun was shining brightly and the temperature was rising in the square. Cafe owners were carrying tables outside. A dog was lying on the pavement nearby, but it wasn't sleeping. Two teenage girls were sitting on a bench, staring headphones. What were they listening to?
Okay. So when you read out loud the passage, try to lower your voice a bit. You have to lower your voice appropriately and raise your voice appropriately. Okay. For example, I left the hotel early in the next morning. We don't say that. I left the hotel early the next morning. Okay. We don't say that. Cô để ý là trong cái việc nói của mình hay raise your rất là nhiều. Nên bây giờ mình sẽ raise nâng tông giọng và hạ tông giọng cho nó hợp lý. Ví dụ như là mình nói là I left the hotel early the next morning. Đấy, the next morning. Cái câu cuối của nó mình sẽ làm xuống luôn. Đó. Right? Tiếp theo là already. The sun was shining brightly and the temperature was rising. Right? Yeah. And Đối với câu hỏi mình sẽ nâng tông giọng, mình sẽ raise your voice ở cái từ đầu tiên nhé. WH question. What were they listening to? What were they listening to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I will set an example for you first, and then you try to my voice, mimic the way I raise my voice and the way I lower my voice. Okay, and this is also your homework to try to read out loud passage in an emotional way and with an appropriate intonation. For
Yeah.
example, say, I left the hotel early the next morning. Ready, the sun was shining brightly and the temperature was rising. The square cafe owners were carrying tables outside. The dog was lying on the pavement nearby, but it wasn't sleeping. Two teenage girls were sitting on the bench, sharing headphones. What were they listening to? Okay, so this is my example for you. Try to mimic it. So this is the end of the lesson today. Thank you very much for attending this lesson and see you next time. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Ciao.
Mm.
Ciao. Bye.
Goodbye, teacher.